Hello students, today we will read about an interesting story named The Adventures of Toto, written by Ruskin Bond, an Indian English writer who is born on 19 May 1934 Kausali. He was awarded with many prestigious awards like Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan. Some of his notable works include The Blue Umbrella, A Flight of Pigeons, The Room on the Roof, Our Trees Still Grow in Dera. So before proceeding further, let me tell you the theme of this story. So this story is uh, about the experience of a grandfather who has kept a wild animal, a baby wild animal, monkey, as a pet at home. So everyone loves to keep dogs, cats at home as a pet, but here it's a deviation. Here the grandfather, the character, the grandfather, he is actually the grandfather of Ruskin Bond, the writer. He has kept a he wanted to keep a wild baby monkey as a pet. So its name is Toto. Toto is a baby monkey. So let's find out whether the pet is mischievous or docile. So let's start the story. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trap, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. So the grandfather was a animal lover, and when once he saw a small baby monkey with a baby monkey who was with a Tonga driver, and he bought the monkey from the Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischievous beneath deep set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were pearly white, these are the characteristic features of Toto, were very often displayed on a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up. Hands, the palms were dried up as they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail served as a third hand. He could use it. He usually the Toto usually uses his a tail to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up. Scooping means lift quickly, and delicacy that might be out of reach of his hand. So this paragraph is about the features, how Toto looks like. So reach of his hands. Grandmother always forced when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So grandfather was a animal lover, whereas it was a reverse for the in the case of grandma. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret. So grandfather and Ruskin Bond, they thought to keep a secret of Toto to grandmother. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her means grandmother, until she was in a particular good mood. So they decided when grandma will be in a good mood, then they will tell to grandma that they have bought another animal to the private zoo. Grandfather and I is here the author himself, Ruskin Bond. So grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall. So grandfather and Ruskin Bond, the author, they kept the little monkey in the closet cupboard opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. So they kept the little monkey, the little Toto, in the closet, and they did not inform grandmother. A few years later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper. So this paragraph, you will come to know that how mischievous, what was the reaction when he was tied, when Toto was tied to a peg. So they found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. So what Toto had done. Toto had taken out the ornamental paper from the wall. The peg in the wall had been pulled. Wrenched means pulled from its socket, and my school blazer, whose Ruskin Punch school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. Shreds means torn pieces. So Toto, that he took out the socket and what he did is he turned into he made many pieces of the school blazer. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather did not worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. "He is clever," said grandfather. "Given time, I'm sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window." So, by seeing this by seeing the untidy room, the author became very. He got shocked. He wondered that what Toto did and what he will tell to grandmother. But that time, grandfather he did not worry, and he told that he was making a rope to that how clever Toto is, that he made pieces, many pieces from the school blazer to make a rope so that Toto can escape from that place. So grandfather concluded that this pet is a very clever one. His presence in the house still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarter, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociable together. So grandfather had also kept many other animals like a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a small tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. But the monkey would not allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. So when he kept Toto with other animals, grandfather came to know that Toto is not sociable with other animals. So the grandfather decided to take Toto with him because he was going to bring his collect his pension in Saharanpur. So unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip. So grandfather went alone. But he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. So he brought a canvas bag to keep Toto inside the bag. This with some straw at the bottom became his new abode place home. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. So grandfather kept Toto inside the canvas bag, and he closed the jeep. So he cannot come out. Only he can, the bag can only roll as he used to roll inside the bag. So an exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on Dehradun railway platform. So when he went to the platform, he kept the bag. So the bag started rolling on the platform. So there was a big crowd that they wanted to know that how the bag was rolling down, because Toto was there inside the bag. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur. But while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly pushed his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. Grin means showing teeth. So suddenly, with some applying his knowledge, Toto could manage to show his head out of the bag, and the ticket collector saw that there is something inside the bag. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you." So the ticket collector said that there is something inside the bag, and it might be a dog. So you will have to pay for it accordingly. And the ticket collector told to grandfather that you have to pay something for your dog. So in vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. So finally grandfather paid 3 rupees for as a for Toto. Then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, what must I pay for this, since you charge for all animals? The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded, and pushed it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look and said, no charge, it is not a dog. So, and he did not take anything, no fare was charged for the tortoise. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable. So finally, grandmother came to know about Toto, and he was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. So he had another animal also, a donkey, and its name was Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if Toto was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. So grandfather kept Toto in the stable, and there was living another animal, the donkey Nana, and he went to see that whether Toto is comfortable in the new place, a new stable or not. So when he went to the stable, he found that he was doing mischievous with Nana, and what he was doing, he was pulling at her halter. Halter means rope, and trying to keep her head, and he was dragging the rope which was tied to the donkey, and Toto was trying that Nana should not get the hay, the food to eat. So he was doing mischievous with the donkey. So grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches, and he jogged back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth, and he started doing more mischievous with Nana. Toto and Nana never became friends. From that day, Toto and Nana they became enemies. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the last bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature. So in this paragraph, you will come to know that how clever Toto is. So in order to test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, until he was into the water up to his neck. So suddenly he never used to get inside the warm water. First he will take his one foot, then another foot, to test the temperature. What is the temperature, so that he can get inside fully. So once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hand. So he used to use the soap also for bathing of it, and rub himself all over. So he used to also use soap at the time of bathing. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. After taking bath, he used to run towards the kitchen to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt, and he would refuse to go on with his bath. So one day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So another experience of Toto. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. So he decided to remove the lid of the kettle. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. So this was just fine for a while, until the water began to boil. So the kettle was kept on the stove, and he took the lid out, and when he found just warm enough for bath, he got inside the kettle. He got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while, until the water began to boil. So when the kettle was kept on the stove, so the water started boiling. So Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. So when it was the temperature of the water raised, it came out again. So again outside Toto felt cold. Again he got inside the kettle. sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and pulled him half boiled out of the kettle. So half boiled, he was just doing mischievous, and the kettle was on the stove, and the grandmother felt as if he is half boiled. If there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of a dress and tear a hole in it. So whenever one day his aunt came to his home, and what Toto did, Toto used to came near him, and he made every effort to get hold of her dress. He used to get hold of a dress and he makes some hole in her dress. So another experience of Toto. One day at lunchtime, what Toto did, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. So there was a bowl of pulao kept on the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stopping himself with rice. My grandfather screamed, and Toto threw a plate at her. So when grandmother saw that Toto was eating, so she screamed. Grandmother screamed, and due to this noise, then Toto threw the plate towards grandmother. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. So by listening the screaming of grandmother, one of his aunt went towards Toto and received a glass of water, and Toto threw a glass of water towards his aunt's face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. Then when grandfather entered, then Toto took the plate and went outside through the window. We found him in the branches. Then he went to the garden backyard, and he climbed the jackfruit tree, and the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. And then, in order to spite means a hurt grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree. So when grandmother came, Toto was sitting on the branches of the jackfruit, and Toto threw the plate towards her. He threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. When the plate fell down, when he threw the plate, it fell down on the ground, and when it broke into pieces, he felt very happy. Toto felt very happy and he laughed. So in the last paragraph, we see that obviously Toto was not the sort of pet we should keep for long. So finally, grandfather, grandmother, and the author himself decided that Toto cannot be kept as a pet at home. So even grandfather also realized that we were not well to do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. So every day Toto was doing some mischievous at home. He was doing something. And the grandfather realized that he cannot afford with the mischievous of Toto. So grandfather found a Tonga driver. So finally he thought of not to keep Toto at home. And one day he found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him only for 3 rupees. So he found the Tonga driver from whom he had bought for 5 rupees, for sum of 5 rupees, and finally when he realized that he cannot keep Toto as a pet, he again sold Toto to that Tonga driver in the sum of for only 3 rupees. So hope children you all enjoyed this beautiful interesting story of the adventures of Toto. Thank you.